my audience. Welcome. Who here has ever made a decision that probably wasn't the wisest at the time? Well, I'm sure we all have, and me and my wife are not an exception to that rule. The story starts. We got married about a little over a year ago. That was not the mistake, I promise. um, Before we got married, my wife owned a beautiful Husky German Shepherd mix. Um, this dog was the most chill dog you've ever met. She didn't bark, she did not chew anything, she didn't dig holes, and she used the bathroom outside where most dogs should. Our first mistake, we thought all dogs were like this. Now, as our first year of marriage progressed, we were starting to notice Naya was our dog, her dog. We started to notice that Naya needed a friend. Now, for the most part, I stood strong on we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. We probably couldn't afford to have another dog right now, and might not be the best idea. So for the most part, I stood strong on that until that one fateful day. It was a Sunday, and my wife was looking on Craigslist, just browsing. But before I knew it, she had a picture up of this adorable 4-month-old wolf Malamute mix. The second mistake, he was a wolf. Well, who my wife is, she started calling up the owner, getting as much information out of it as she could, making sure if he was house trained, potty trained, all of this, just to make sure the situation was just right. So for the next 4 days, we discussed this decision. Said, okay, is this something we can do? Is this something we should do? And maybe despite a little bit of advice from our parental units, we were on our way to Vernal, Utah that very Thursday. We live in Colorado. So we started on the 7-hour drive through a very ghost-like and foggy city, Dinosaur, Colorado, very creepy, only to end up in a Walmart parking lot at 9 o'clock at night to make the deal. We got to the parking lot, we exchanged money, and we got which was a very, very cute puppy. Much to our surprise, when we got home after yet another 7 hours of driving, we got home and realized something very strange. We set the dog down, and as soon as we knew it, he was darting off, only to find refuge among the canned goods in our pantry. Janelle and I still were not 100% sure what happened. We had never met a dog who just did that. And it turned out Achak was pretty much scared of anything that moved, namely men. And for the most part, I am a man, that is a problem. So for the next few weeks, Achak, which is what we named our dog, it means ghost or spirit in Cherokee because he likes to disappear. We worked with him for the next 3 weeks, trying to get him more used to me, more used to Janelle, and just try to get him so that he's just not constantly scared of things. This took even about a week and a half of me literally hand feeding him so that he could finally get to the point where he came to me. You know what? It came and it was awesome, and I was actually starting to like the little dog until we found out, well, he was in fact still a puppy. He liked to use the bathroom, but not outside. He liked to bark, but he did it late at night or when we weren't home, so our neighbors liked to listen to his joyful noise coming out of his snout. He also liked to chew. He liked to chew on many household items such as clothing, cords, books, paper, and even couches. But one story in particular, I remember coming home and we had a rubber tree in our living room. Not an artificial tree, but a rubber tree with a pot and plant and dirt was all over our living room. He had absolutely destroyed it. So eating that along with a couch that we had to redo, clothing, books, everything, Janelle and I were still not quite sure what we'd done. It's taken quite a bit of training and work, and it will continue to take quite a lot of work, but we truly do love our little dog, Achak. The end.
And we're still here. We're still here.